Hey guys, my name is Cameron. I'm here at the Doublewide Skate and Surf Shop in Hampstead, and I'm going to tell you about skateboard maintenance. The materials you need for this is a skateboard, skate tool, and a bearing press. Now the first step in skateboard maintenance is how to store your skateboard. When you're not riding your skateboard, you do not want to leave it outside where it can get wet, overheated, or hot because it will stress the wood out and cause the wood to break and crack. Another place you don't want to leave your board is in a car or in a garage because the humidity in the car or garage can also cause the board to stress out, crack, or break. Another thing you always want to remember not to do when riding a skateboard is never ever ride it through a dirt puddle, dirt, or just a water puddle. When you do so, it causes the bearings to squeak, stop, or just fall apart. Another thing you also want to remember to do is always check your bushings before you ride your skateboard. The bushings are the little white spacers between your trucks, and these will actually sometimes crack and break, causing the truck to fall apart. You also want to look at your wheels, because sometimes your wheels will angle a certain way, and if they do that, you can either rotate them, or it might be time just to buy a new set of wheels. Inside of your wheels, you have things called bearings. The bearings is what basically makes the wheel go around. When the bearings get a bunch of dirt and grime in them, they'll actually slow up, stop, fall apart, break, or a number of other things can happen to them. It's never a good thing to do that. When your bearing does break or fall apart or get dirty, what you want to do is take your wheel off, by simply unscrewing the bolt. And you just jerk the wheel off like so. Then you can either take the bearing out by doing like this, putting a little bit of the bearing on the end of the truck, pulling the wheel towards you, and it'll actually pop the bearing right out from the wheel. Now what you can do here is you can either spin it, pour some water over it, or you can get a specialized cream from your local skate shop called Speed Cream. This will actually clean the bearing out and it'll make it run faster. One thing you don't ever want to do is let it sit in water too long or soak it in WD-40. When doing so, it will cause it to rust quicker and the bearing will actually collect more grime. So after you clean the bearing, you can either get a bearing press, like this one right here, to use it to press the wheel back in, or you can just use the actual wheel itself. You always want to remember to put one side of the bearing in the right way, because bearings are two-sided. So you might have the outside end the wrong way, the inside end the wrong way, and can actually prevent the bearing from running as fast as it normally does. So I'm just going to use the bearing press. So you set the wheel in, press it, and you put it back on. Another thing you want to remember never to do is to scrape your tail too much on your board. Because when scraping your tail too much on the board, you can actually cause the board to chip, and it will eventually make it where it has no pop and you can't do any tricks. You also want to check the middle of your board. Make sure the middle is you're not seeing any stress marks along the bolt patterns, because these are actually called pressure cracks, and pressure cracks can lead to a broken board. And that is basic skateboard maintenance.